Genius. How many times have you heard that word genius? Oppenheimer was a genius. Einstein was a genius. Everybody was a genius. You know who's a genius? Katt Williams. See, you don't understand it. You don't get it. I am an expert in behavior. Animal behavior, human behavior, collective behavior, group behavior, birds, murmurations, swarms, schools, hordes, passels, groups, teams. There's the individual, and there's the individual in the group. And the person who's been able to work that better than anybody is Katt Williams. Oh, I listen, if you would have told me a couple of years ago that I would be this mesmerized by a comedian, irrespective of race. He's not a black comedian. He's not a... No. I don't even think he's a comedian. I think he's almost... he's a narrator of life. And what he's done now is he's pulled in Dave Chappelle, who was so jealous. It's not even funny. Everyone is jealous. And what Katt Williams is doing is staying away. Chappelle is... I can't read to you his quote because he uses the dread N-word, and for reasons that I don't understand. This is something that we stay away from. It's the third rail. You know, people have said there's an Israeli or a Jewish lobby. They've said this before. There was even a climate change lobby where you can't say certain things about certain groups or certain concepts. But there is the N-word lobby, and that will get you destroyed. If you even utter it in a quote, it doesn't matter. I don't need to say it. So I will reference this. But what Katt Williams is doing is he understands. He's dangling basically the catnip. He's enticing people by virtue of his nonchalance. And that's the beauty of what he says. He says it, and then he says it. I've told you this. I've told people this for years. They don't understand it. I'm a student and was involved in 1980s, 90s professional wrestling. NWA, Southern mostly, Florida, when it was good. And I learned the beauty of this passion play called professional wrestling. Babyface and heel, good guy, bad guy, the Greek tragedy, this Manichaean left or right, up or down, good. This is the treasure. This is it. Okay, this is the way it works. And what you do is you create something that people viscerally can connect to. And you love somebody who is the insider who's now the outsider. So what happened was, here comes this seemingly diminutive, maybe perhaps in stature, but in mentation, in cerebration, in terms of raw intellectual and mental horsepower. Oh, the guy's turbocharged, who comes along with a delivery. Notice the fluctuation of voice, a nonchalance, a dismissal. And he goes out and he trashes everyone. And there's something that we love about that. What is that? We love when people within an organization tell us, this is the way it is. How many of us would love to go to our bosses or that snotty woman in HR or that neighbor or that teacher or an in-law and lay them out? Tell them exactly what you feel. Deep down inside, this is something that we wish we could do, but we can't because we know the rules. It doesn't work like that. And Katt Williams goes in and he attacks not only, and this is where I come in. I don't care about these internecine battles regarding Dave Chappelle or Harvey. That's interesting to an extent. When he brings up, Now listen carefully. The Illuminati. Oh, that's when I'm saying, what was that? What was that? Because whereas it may not be in that particular form today, the concept is very real, very relevant, very absolute. Let me give you another one. This is critical. When Jason Whitlock was talking about Stephen A. Smith, it got sort of the same, a little bit of the attention, maybe because the subject matter or the personalities were more arcane, recondite, perhaps more outliers, I don't know. But he talked about the appointed, the anointed, the contrived, the chosen few. That's what Katt talked about. And believe it or not, when Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Kimmel went into it about, of all things, vaccines and other ostensible subjects, that's to show you how the shadow government, as I refer to the Illuminati, the bracketed shadow government, how they will utilize dupes, mopes, idiots, phoebes, and useful idiots, automatons, mannequins, people within the actual world of, entertainment. They will use them as a mouthpiece. Remember what Breitbart said. The politics is downhill from culture. Culture is the most important thing in the world. That is what is more important. Katt Williams today, in terms of the absolute value, you know what absolute value is, right? Remember then in school you have the two brackets. The absolute value of 4 is 4. The absolute value of -4 is 4. It deals with magnitude, irrespective of direction. And in terms of sheer firepower, Tulsi Gabbard could speak for 2 weeks straight. I would venture to say Tucker Carlson. Use any particular name in our group. Katt Williams, in terms of absolute value, carries more of an impact than anybody that you would know. That's why the other day when I said Trump should pick Katt Williams, you think I'm kidding. Ronald Reagan was a B-movie actor. He was head of the Screen Actors Guild. He was the governor of California. Bedtime for Bonzo. Don't give me this nonsense that somehow Katt Williams, he's no good for this. Oh, no. But you know when you have pay dirt. You know when you've hit pay dirt. When you see Dave Chappelle saying, I went in on this. I was supposed to be the chosen one. Here's from Variety. Dave Chappelle calls out Katt Williams for dissing other black comedians. Why are you drawing ugly pictures of us, he says. Why? He says, what part of the game is this? He only ethered ends. He didn't say anything about any of those white boys. None of these white boys function like that. Katt is one of the best painters in the game, so why are you drawing ugly pictures of us? Stop. Jealousy. Absolute, incomprehensible, ineffable, immane jealousy. That's exactly what it is. What do you think, my friend? What do you think? How big is Katt Williams in the scheme of things? How enormous do you think is his swath, his vector, his murmuration, his impact, his footprint? How? Let me know. Subscribe to the channel and comment as you see fit.